Call a May 14th, 2019 public meeting to order with roll call.
Jordan.
Here.
Chartle.
Here.
Bovard.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Any public comment on the agenda items? Public comment will also be received during each agenda item and at the end of the meeting. Entertain a motion to approve the April 14th, 2019 study session and regular meeting minutes as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan.
Yes.
Chartle.
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report for April 2019 and approve payment of bills in the amount of $98,564.54, subject to audit.
I'll make that a motion.
I will second that as well.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan.
Yes.
Chartle.
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Municipal reports. Police Chief Chip Brown.
Good evening. For the month of April, we received 78 complaints, and 71 of those were cleared. Time spent on school zone watch was 6 hours. Time spent on traffic watch and patrol time in the township was 134 hours. There's 102.5 hours spent in the office. 3.5 hours was spent on arrest and processing. 104 hours was spent on investigative time. 16.5 hours was spent in court. There were 32 hours of miscellaneous time and 101.5 hours spent on training, which April was our Act 180 updates that we're required to do our continuing training every year. They were hosted here at the township for everybody. There were a total of 20 traffic stops for the month, with 4 citations being issued, 1 for speeding, 1 for faulty equipment, 1 for inspection violation, 1 for unregistered vehicles. There were 16 warnings issued, 2 for speeding, 1 for stop sign, 6 for faulty equipment, 2 for expired registration, 1 for unregistered vehicle, 1 for careless driving, and 3 ATV complaints on the roadway. There were a total of 55 investigations, with 1 non-reportable accident, 1 animal complaint, 1 request to assist the road department, 4 calls to assist other departments. We were assisted by other departments once. We assisted fire and EMS 3 times. There was 1 residential alarm answer. There were 2 calls to assist the citizens. There was 1 call for a disabled vehicle. There were 3 calls to check the welfare of persons. 1 court subpoena service was delivered. There was 1 house check and 4 requests for fingerprints after criminal charges. There was 1 investigation of child pornography, 3 investigations for driving under the influence, drug-related. There were 3 drug investigations, 1 outstanding warrant, 1 false report to law enforcement, 5 criminal mischief complaints, 8 burglaries, 4 thefts, 2 thefts from a motor vehicle, 1 PICS weapon investigation report, 4 domestic disturbance calls, 1 terroristic threat call, 1 disorderly conduct, 3 harassments, 3 suspicious vehicle checks and 3 suspicious person checks, and 2 calls for behavioral issues. For the month, there were 4 felony arrests, 15 misdemeanor arrests, 1 summary arrest. The felony arrest, there's 1 for burglary, 2 for criminal trespass, and 1 for illegal sale of a firearm. Under misdemeanors, there was a simple assault arrest, 2 criminal mischief, 1 criminal trespass, 2 thefts of unlawful taking, 1 theft by receiving stolen property, 1 arrest for false ID to law enforcement, 1 arrest for possession of a controlled substance, 1 for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. There were 3 driving under the influence, drug-related arrests for the month, and 1 DUI alcohol-related arrest for the month, with also 1 summary harassment arrest. Total miles on the police vehicles was 2,231 miles.
Hey, any questions for Chip?
Hey, one quick thing. How do you handle those ATV on the road? How do you guys handle that? What do you normally do on something like that?
Generally, you know, if they're out and they're acting recklessly, we attempt to make them aware. You know, if they have helmets, they're doing a safe speed. They're not, you know, doing outrageous speed down the road, no helmets, driving recklessly. Usually it's just a warning. Most of them are just kids out going from one trail to another. They're not going any great distance. If the kids stop and are courteous and we deal with them, they get the same respect back. If it's the opposite end of the spectrum, then we deal with it that way too.
Yeah, okay. All right, just kind of wondered how you handle that.
What's the status of your new cruiser?
It arrived at Ibis Tech last Thursday. I had Sergeant Wise run the stuff down to the corporation down at Ibis Tech so they could see what we had and if it had to be fabricated in order to fit. And they said they're looking at about a 2-week, give or take, turnaround time. So by the
end of the month,
first
1st
week
of June?
something like that.
Hey, any more questions for Chip? John with the road report?
From April 9th to today, this is just kind of an annual thing here. We started and finished up the cleanup of all 3 parks. And now we're just doing weekly maintenance, mowing, weed eating, and garbage collection. We've been cleaning leaves left over from the fall out of ditches and along the roadside. And we've actually had some residents call in here and indicate that they've had some leaves that they've raked up, put out, and we've gone and picked them up. And we've had to pick up a number of locations where the leaves are bagged. And we finished up sweeping the streets to the best of our ability to clean them up and pick up what we put down for the winter, and just a good general cleanup and plow damage repair throughout the township. Of course, we're still continuing to do some cold patch work, and we started our spring ditching and driveway pipe installations, and we're trying to get as many of those done as possible before we move on to doing some seal coat work throughout the township. We also finished up a brush cutting and ditching and shoulder cutting project on Town Line Road that was long overdue. We also had some trees come down here last week that we had to deal with out on Williamson Road. We had a number of equipment repairs, miscellaneous truck repairs, police car repairs, and we're currently working on a self-propelled chipper for our seal coat program, and again, ditching on a day-to-day basis. So that'll pretty much finish our week, other than we're going to be going into our cleanup weekend. We'll set the boxes starting, some of them tomorrow, Thursday, and then we'll start Friday morning for the first day of cleanup. And that's our month.
Hey, Mike, any questions for John?
Nope.
Jill with the zoning report?
For the month of April, we had 2 single-family dwellings for $103,500, a residential addition for $4,000, a residential storage building that they had just replaced for $0, and a residential pool for $2,800. And there were 2 commercial changes, just changing document plans and alterations for $10,000, for a total of $120,300. We also have 1 variance hearing that's scheduled for tomorrow evening, so that'll be held here in the building. And that's it for the month of April.
Okay, any questions for Jill? Move on to the regular business. Entertain a motion to ratify to accept the resignation of Joseph Johnstun as a part-time police officer with the West Mead Township Police Department effective May 5th, 2019.
Make that a motion.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Chip, do you want to go into any detail on that?
Now, Joe did a good job working here. He just took on other endeavors that is a conflict with working here. So he had to turn in his resignation. And good luck.
What's the plan there? You're gonna try to get by with what you currently have for now, or?
Yeah, we'll see how it works and works out and how we can fill the spot. And if the need arises or there's an issue, we can address it down the road. All
Okay.
comes down to budgetary issues, so.
Right.
Okay, roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Item number 2, the roadmaster and secretary represented West Mead Township at the joint road work bid opening on May 2nd, 2019 at the West Mead Township Building, and the secretary is to read the bids.
There were 2 bids, Russell Standard for $2.35 a gallon, and Suit Coat for $2.50 a gallon. That's for CRS2 oil would be picked up price.
Okay. Item A, entertain a motion to award the CRS2 oil picked up at plant contract for 20,000 gallons to Suit Coat Corporation for $50,000.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second that.
And discussion, and why,
Yeah.
explain again why we're going with Suit Coat over Russell Standard.
Basically, we have a provision in our bid documents that say that we take into account the travel time, the wear and tear on the vehicles, the mileage, so travel time for the employees to go get something. So for us, being that the Russell Standard plant is in Mercer, it's a lot further. So by the time you average out the costs, it's actually cheaper to buy it closer here. So the cost is the main reason. Is there another reason, John, as far as,
No, that's the main
No.
reason. I mean, the oil's competitive. It's all pretty decent stuff. They sell, the same thing. They bid the same thing. So, but yeah, for us to travel that distance, it's just not cost effective for us.
Any other discussion?
Nope.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Item number 3, grant funds have been awarded to West Mead Township and Woodcock Township from the Crawford County Conservation District under the Low Volume Road Program in the amount of $113,260 for the Ryan Road Culvert Pipe Replacement Project. Entertain a motion to ratify the Roadmaster Supervisor to sign the contract with the Crawford County Conservation District.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
This project is over on Ryan Road, just past West Me 2 Fire Department. And we've got a situation over there where it's undersized, and of course the hydraulics and all the stuff that go with it, we come down through that stream bed. We're just constantly being flooded, and now we've noticed that the retaining walls that have been in there for a lot of years, they're starting to weaken. One's broke. The beams that were holding part of that stuff together have decayed and fallen off. We just need to get something done with it. And I tell you, I'm elated because this money's not easy to get your hands on. And there's a pool of dollars every year, but you've got to work your tail off to get it. And we finally got something in our favor here. And I got to tell you, I'm just glad because it's work that needs to be done, and it's infrastructure, and it just, it's good to have your project recognized and considered, and that somebody else looked at it and believed it was just as important as you believed it was. So
I
that's
want to thank the Soil and
Yes,
Conservation
yes.
for awarding that to us.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a big help.
Yep. So we're in the process of putting all that together. We have to do some advertising, and we have to get everything lined up and in a row, you know, so that we know that we have to do things as per their rules, regulations, specifications. So we're in the process of trying to do that. So we'll try to keep everybody notified too, because I'm sure that we're gonna have at least, I'd say, a good solid, maybe 2 weeks. If we can do it quicker, we will, but of course, we're not getting started when we want to get started either. We've got that hurdle to get through too, so, but anyways,
I would think that since it's a joint project with another municipality, that maybe that gave it a little bit of precedence, and
It
maybe
did.
that's why we
It
got
did.
it. Okay, roll call?
Jordan,
Yes.
Chartle,
yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Entertain a motion to authorize the secretary to sign the DEP Chapter 105 Water Obstructions and Encroachment GP7 permit as completed by the township engineer.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion on that motion?
That's a part of this program, or a part of this project.
Roll call?
Jordan,
Yes.
Chartle,
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Entertain a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the agreement with Woodcock Township detailing the apportionment of the cost of construction, maintenance, and repair of the project.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan,
Yes.
Chartle,
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Okay, we have several notes. First note is that cleanup day will be held at the Crawford County Fairgrounds on Friday, May 17th from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturday, May 18th from 7 a.m. until noon. Electronic items will not be accepted on site this year, but they can be taken to Lincoln Recycling or ECS&R anytime, or support the Meadville Area Recreation Complex fundraiser in October. And if you can zoom in on that, there's the flyer for cleanup day. And that's coming up very quickly this Friday, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. So please take advantage of that. A good opportunity to clean up around your house, your farm, whatever the case may be. The second note, the Thunder Run 5K Run Walk will be held on May 18th, 2019, beginning at 8 a.m. at the New Beginnings Church of God along Chartle Road, onto Town Line Road, down to the soccer fields and back again. The roadway will be open to one-lane through traffic, but please remember to slow down when in the area. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society will be conducting a two-day 150-mile bicycle race on June 8th and June 9th, 2019, beginning on Saturday at Moraine State Park, Pennsylvania, and finishing at Allegheny College in Meadville. Cyclists will begin Sunday morning at Allegheny College and finish in Conneaut, Ohio. And the final note, Tamarack Lake Dam construction work is being completed and DEP General Permit GP5 has been issued to the PA Fish and Boat Commission to complete updates to various Tamarack Lake access ramps and boat launches. Please call the Township Building at 814-336-1271 or visit www.westmead.org for additional information. Do we have any public comment? Okay, Supervisor's public comment. Final comment.
Just that, like this cleanup day, there's several areas in the township that people need to bring some stuff up, and I hope they do use this program that we have, and get the stuff cleaned up. Also, I have been watching the Tamarack Lake. It looks like the northerly end here is pretty much buttoned up pretty good. I see I believe it was last Wednesday, I went down at the lower end. They were pumping the weight, must be get the fish out, but they didn't quite make it, and it filled up Friday night again. So hopefully but it looks like it's getting closer.
Coming along, it really looks
It
good.
really, it does. It looks good, and so
The only thing I have is I just hope that, I'm encouraging everybody to use this cleanup day. And again, we've said before, we don't know how much longer we can do it for 2 days, because it is a pretty hefty expense, and our budgets are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So I hope everybody uses it. And again, if you got loose stuff, box it up. And remember, try to bring some help along with you, because we don't always have enough manpower to handle as many vehicles as we try to filter through there. So I just would encourage, if you have help loading it, to just bring some help to help unload it too. The only other thing I have is I just hope everybody comes out and votes.
Yes, that's
Yep.
next week.
That's coming up next week, and I think there's a lot on the plate for, the county, the sheriff's race, all that stuff. That's important stuff. It really is. So I just hope everybody gets out, makes a good use of that as well. Small government, like
Yes.
has been said before, has a big impact on your life, whether you realize it or not. So get out, make a difference. That's all I have.
Okay. I'll be the third supervisor in a row to encourage everyone to take advantage of cleanup day this weekend. It's a good opportunity to see Mike and John fall down. Did I say that out loud?
Sure
Hopefully both of you can stay on your feet this year, not get hurt. I got a text from Bill Rosenberger, my predecessor. He said he'll be there,
All right.
so looking forward to his help.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? Do we want to continue this, drag it out a little bit longer? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes.